So hey guys, I decided to do a sketchbook tour. I had to do this one for class. I'm also going to show a few pieces of loose artwork that I've done in the last 2 months while I was doing this as well. So I kind of see a full scope of what I've been doing. It's a lot of heartache. So this one was for a class, so there's lots of stuff I would just go through and explain kind of what I had to do for it. The first one was from above. I was kind of just doing quickly because at the same time I had to do a project which I actually have. So the same time you're working on projects where I'm having to do this weekly, same time I was actually having to create this project, which is a conversation, which is not the funnest. Okay, those should be over there. So at the same time I was doing those kind of projects on the side, and each time they got bigger. Like, I had to do one that was actually a poster size piece while doing this. It killed me on the inside, but that's fine. So I was doing quickly, so you guys see lots of undertale. Oh, sorry. Keep on hitting myself against my desk. Because I just really like undertale. I got back into it. I told myself, nah, and I got back into it. I'm like, oh, back to the trash heap, that's fine. Snowden. Angel that's from above, some bees, and a beehive from above, bear. And no, so these are all way too sketchy for a sketchbook. And I'm like, oh, okay. This wasn't really trying. I given up to try and flip the pages around this point, and then this is the promise. The words don't really matter. I was trying to just kind of put some in there, so I kind of followed enough pages. At this point, we're having to do 10 a day, and the teacher cut back to 5 a day because she realized she was asking too much of us, considering the projects had to be up to a certain quality and everything. I think this is cute. Did I skip a page? Nope. Look how cute he is. This week was coffee or tea. Somebody thought the teacher actually had said water, so I did like 1 page of water, then went back to the coffee. I'll try to turn them if they're sideways. This was something I was gonna finish but never did, because screw that. Oh no. And here's another one. People texting me. I think this one's my favorite, to be honest. This one was regret. This looked really good actually, and then I was showing my friend that how cool and pigmented this watercolor gouache hybrid that my friend gave me was, and I kind of ruined this one, but oh well. Oh well. This one I wasn't even trying. This one I liked. I was just like, yep, this is me. This is relatable. This is how I feel. Did on the inside. Did I skip a page? I did. I skipped a lot of pages. What am I doing? Okay. Last page of regret, because I'm trash. And into, I believe this was October. Did I skip another page? I feel like I did. I did, yeah. Sorry, here's more Pennywise and just a random thing that I was going to paint. I never did. Yep, and then this was one of my Inktober pieces. And the teacher saw this and said every piece should look like this, and I'm like, oh no, It was the Inktober piece I actually like glued in because I didn't get all my pages done because at the same time I was doing all that other stuff. Okay, sorry about that cut. I keep hitting the tripod because it's right in front of me. But this is Hero, and then after cutting this picture I kind of strayed. I thought these two are so cute and precious and I'm crying inside. Here's some Pokemon personas. Yep, pictures I never actually finished. I'm just kind of sketching faces still. That's fine. Look at this one I started painting, but then I got busy and never finished. I'm terrible. Here's a frisk that I did in a few minutes. And then here's a real life Snow White. And I think she looks beautiful, and it's interesting because most people don't realize she's like 7 in the Grimm Brothers version. And the world should know. And here's some more. I was going to do a series of them, and then around this point I had to do a teddy bear. So that was fun. More cute children. It just seems like every single time for your Grimm's Brother book, everyone ages them up, but they're really like 9 times out of 10 they're children. They're like 7 and 8, like 14 at the oldest, which is still a child in my eyes. Like they're still young. Like they're not 20 something like they'd make it seem in Disney. And everyone was looking at it like they're too young, and I'm like, what are you talking about? Like in Disney they're like 20. I'm like, I'm going Grimm's Brothers. You gotta go Grimm's Brothers because it's copyright otherwise. And they're like 16 and they got shook. Ran over. This was just a random page. I was doing this one at work, and then this one I need to paint in still. Oh well. And here's some Christmas party stuff. I need to finish painting this so I can upload it. And then it's just like, I got this because I was talking to my friends and they're like, yeah, that's your blue Spike the Punch. I was talking to all my little fan friends I have, and I guess out of the group we have a Gaster Sands and a Sands. And the Gaster Sands I just read, so I just did them all. And then we had a Blueberry, but Blueberry left. He's like, I can fix the eggnog, and I'm just like, no, do not fix the eggnog. He's like, well, it'll make the party at least a little bit better. And I'm like, shush. And no need to be drinking, you young children, please. And then here's some more Christmas party stuff. See, there's lots of that in here. Lots of Gaster Sands. And then, since I used Copics, Copics went through the paper, so I kind of just get that page. And then, this is just kind of them as kids, and like, I'm like, oh, this is so cute. So I was drawing this at work. And they're just little ideas. So this one is giving like little ring flowers. And since they're echo flowers, they could kind of like say things. So he's just like, here, wear this. And he's like, okay, that's kind of cute. And then he's, because Gaster Sand's kind of angsty and Red's angsty. So I feel like they'll be bully friends. So he was like, oh, listen here, and it's like, I like you, the flower. And he gets all embarrassed because, you know, he's trying to be all big and bad. He's like, hey. He's talking to Flower, he's like, here. He's like, wait a minute, about that, Dan. And then he's like, I love you. And I was showing this to my friend, he's like, oh, that's cute. Gaster says we reject him. And I'm like, what? Are you serious? He's just like, yeah, that's life. And I'm like, okay. I was so sad, so I drew it. Oh, it hurts. So he was just like, are you serious? And no, it's in teary. And he's just like, I don't like you. It's like, oh, okay. And he's like crying. And young Pap and Undyne's just like, hey, what's wrong? He's like, I'll beat up whoever said that to you. I will protect you, sweet flower. And he's like, no, it's nothing. And he's kind of playing by himself with the frog. And he was like, hey, do you wanna come play? And it's at recess time. And they're with Gaster Sands. And he's just like, no, you sure? Yeah. Poor sulky baby. And my friend realized it was so sad. So I was trying this idea. When little kids like each other, they push and hit each other, apparently. And so that's my idea of Red pushing Sands because he's a bully. And, you know, he's like bullying him and teasing him. And then the idea is that he likes Gaster Sands. Like, no, he's 9. So it's like, hey, he doesn't like that, and he pushes him, and it's cute. And then later, during art class, he's like, gives him a gift of paste. Because that's just adorable. I thought it was adorable. Some sketches and quick watercolor doodles. Here's more. Here's what my kid papyrus looks like. Look how precious he is. Like, I love him. And here's my kid Sans. He wears cute bloomers because I like cute clothes. And he's like, I'm the great my papyrus. He's like, it's my brother, the coolest. And the ring pop rings. I remember my class did this when I was little. And then I was talking to my Gaster Sans friend, and I was like, hey, you know, what did you do? What did you think of the whole pregnancy thing? I'm like, I never really knew about it till I was older, because I never took like a sex ed class, and I was a very sheltered child. Like, I never went to middle school. And they're like, oh, I thought you could get pregnant from a hug. And I'm like, I got one better. He's just like, I saw a movie with this ring, we're not married. And I'm just like, oh, okay. And Bryce like, now kiss, because this is what happens every single time we get in conversation. And I'm like, well, okay. So they kiss, and then he's just like, tell me what if you get pregnant? Because that's so precious. I don't know. I find that so amusing. Then I started this watercolor painting with the gouache hybrid, and then the black got smeared, and I kept adding more and more layers and just wouldn't fix. I kind of gave up on it. But more Pokemon personas. And then my friend has me do hers a persona, and she has a Torchic and Glaceon. I'm like, oh, okay. She's like, we're now sweater buddies, because you always wear sweaters and I always wear sweaters, and that's where we're gonna be. And I'm like, oh, okay, so here's both her personas. And it's interesting because we're talking about it. I'm like, oh, in the game I mostly like the contest and like brushing them and make them like love you. And my friend's like, it's all about the power. Both my friends who I did personas with say it's all about that power, and I'm like, welp. So we're kind of writing a little story to go with that. Here's the Bloody Alice. And the last one is more Pokemon persona with an angsty friend who's like, I guess, whatever. And some gays. Makes me so happy. Anyways, so that was the last page. I really hope you enjoyed my sketchbook, and I really hope to share more in the future because I'm hoping to crank up these sketchbooks pretty often. Okay, so thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.